Assalamu alaikum. I'm Nilfer Yasmin. Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope all of you are fit and fine. Dear students, welcome to my online class. Today I discuss with you Chapter 5 Agricultural Production. So our today's topic is releasing fungus fry or fingerling, nourishing of fish during farming and fish collection. So dear students, please your agriculture studies books and open your book page number 78. So dear students, all of you ready to write? Ready to read? Okay. Releasing fungus fry or fingerling, nourishing or fish during farming and fish collection. Now I discuss with you releasing fry or fingerlings. If the depth of the pond is 150 to 180 centimeter, 130 to 140 fry or fingerlings of 7 to 10 centimeter size is to be released in individual farming. In mixed culture, 120 to 125 fingerlings along with 4 to 5 silver carp or katla are to be released. After releasing fingerlings, care and nourishing are to be given. Now I discuss with you application of food. Fungus is a rapidly growing fish, so food is to be provided after a specific time or interval in the pond. The balanced food brought from the market can be used in the pond, but the production cost will be more. So the food can be made in the farm instead of buying the marketed food. Ingredients for making 100 kg food for fungus are given below. So dear students, you can see in your textbook page number 78 here columns. First column is serial number, second columns food ingredient and third columns quantitative. So dried fish dust quantity of 25, oil cake 30, wheat husk 20, rice bran 20, flour 3.50, salt 1, vitamin mineral mixture 0.50. So total food ingredients 100 kg. Every day 4 to 6% food is given in proportion to the total weight of the fishes in the pond. The daily food is divided into two and given in the morning and in the afternoon. But fingerlings should be given more food, whereas the big fishes should be given less food. Now I discuss with you growth and health test of fish. When fingerlings are released in the pond, their growth and health should be taken care of. Every month the growth and health of the fish is to be examined by pulling nets to control diseases and pests. 250 gram lime and 250 gram salt are to be used per decimal of the pond before summer and rainy season once a week for 4 to 6 weeks. So dear students, you can see a picture of health test of fish by pulling net and catching fish from a pond. Now I discuss with you fish catching and selling. A fish gains 500 gram weight on an average after 4 to 5 months of releasing a fry in a pond. If some fishes are caught and sold in market, the density of fishes will decrease. As a result, other fishes will grow quickly. Now I discuss with you introduction and characteristics of domestic animals. Many animals live in the world, among them cows, buffaloes, goats, sheep, horses, camels, etc. are reared in home by domesticating them and they give birth to their babies. So they are called domestic animals. Dogs, cats are also domestic animals like them. All of them are useful to us. There are about 24 million cows and 26 million goats in our country. Our local cows give 1 liter of milk per day, but foreign in hybrid cows give 15 to 20 liters of milk per day. Among the hybrid milking cows, Holstein Friesian cow and Jersey cow are mentionable. So dear students, you can see a picture of Holstein Friesian breed cow, Jersey cow, Black Bengal breed goat, and Jamunapuri or Ramchhagal breed goat. Sahiwal and Red Sindhi cows also give daily 6 to 10 liters of milk. The black goat that is raised everywhere in Bangladesh is called Black Bengal goat. It is famous for meat production. Moreover, the goat of long leg and falling ears that our countrymen rear for milk is called Jamunapuri or Ramchhagal. The domestic animals cows with man's affection and care from its birth. So there is a close relation developed between man and domestic animals. Though the domestic animals have different traits, the common characteristics of the domestic animals are given below. The domestic animal becomes domesticated easily. They can get adjusted with the environment of the house. They know their keeper easily. They like the company of man. They respond to the behavior of men in the house. The domestic animals give birth to their baby, their mammals. Now I discuss with you introduction and characteristics of domestic birds. Cows, ducks, hens, pigeons, etc. are called domestic birds, like domestic animals, because they can be reared at home with domestication. They lay eggs and give birth by hatching. Children as well as elders show interest in rearing hens. Pigeons and ducks. The village poll are rearing about 246 million local hens and 46 million ducks. Our local hens lay 45 eggs and our local ducks lay 70 eggs on an average every year. But hybrid Leghorn, Homi, RIR hens lay 200 to 250 eggs every year. Foreign breed Indian runner, Khaki, Campbell and Jending ducks lay 250 eggs on an average every year. Peking duck is famous for meat. So dear students, you can see some picture of Khaki Campbell duck, White Leghorn and Lahori pigeon. Domestic birds remain open in a house and they live in special cages built for them. They move around the house all day long after they are released from their cages. But pigeon goes away a long distance in search of food and return home before evening. The common characteristics of the domestic birds are as follows. They become tamed easily. They get adjusted with the environment of houses. They know their keeper and follow for food. They lay eggs in the house and give birth by hatching. They are adept in rearing their babies. They can collect their own food by themselves. They have 4 fingers in their leg, they have red tuft on their head, and they have red flower in their throat. A hen starts to lay eggs at the age of 5 months. A hen tries to save its chickens from wild animals and birds. A duck is called an aquatic bird. The fingers of the legs of a duck are connected with skin, so they can easily swim in the water. A duck is not that much habituated to hatch eggs, so the eggs of a duck are kept for incubation under a hen. Now I discuss with you the economic importance of livestock. We can be economically benefited by raising livestock. The meat and eggs of the most of the livestock are very popular to men. It is essential to eat meat and eggs and drink milk daily with other foods for the physical and mental development of man. The milk of the cows is a balanced diet. Eggs of hens and ducks are also a very nutritious food. These foods meet up the deficiency of protein in our body. So milk and egg should be in our everyday meal. Meat, eggs, milk, sweet, curd, etc. are used in entertaining guests. The production of milk, meat and eggs is much less than demand in Bangladesh. The demand and the price of both livestock and their products are high. So we need to set up family farms for livestock. This will meet the demand of nutrition in a family. The additional eggs and milk can be sold into the market to earn money. Cows and buffaloes have been used in cultivation, transportation, thrashing, cooling of the hand oil mill, and weeding the crops. Livestock keep our ecological balance. Weeds of the field, byproducts of crops, kitchen garbage are used as their food. Hens and ducks eat insects and drop out grains and thus help to maintain ecological balance. The wool of the sheep is used to weave winter garment. Dogs are faithful pet animals and so they are used for safety in the defense sector everywhere in the world. The security forces use horses to control riots. Many animals including camels, horses and asses are used in carrying load. Cow dung and feces of ducks or hens are used as compost in the field. Moreover, these are used as fodders for fishes and as fuel. So dear students, no more today. Next class I discuss with you introduction of pigeon and their rearing methods. And I also discuss with you habitat and food management of pigeon. Okay. So please note down today's homework. Absent May 20 MCQ from chapter 5 lesson 20 12 to 15. Okay. So dear students, if you have any inquiry, please contact with me. Thank you. Goodbye.